Hey everybody, Scott Jansen here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to talk about price. Yes, I talk about pricing, what to charge your client, how to improve and increase your prices. I talk about this all the time. But in this video, I want to take it from another angle. So what I want to do today is take you through what it actually takes to hit, the 5, the 10, the 20, the 30, even $50,000 per month based on your current prices. Now, I know when I talk about prices, people still come at me saying, well, Scott, if I raise my price, I don't know where to find these clients. I don't know what to say to them. I don't know how to make them say yes. I don't know how to increase my value. Scott, you don't know the area that I live in. Nobody's going to pay those prices. And look, I understand all those concerns, but this is the stuff that can be taught. We have a webinar coming up in the next couple of days where I'm going to teach you these exact things. But what I really want to focus on today is the pricing in the context of your actual livelihood of your business and your life. We have to understand as coaches and therapists and hypnotherapists, NLP practitioners, you took a risk to finally say, you know what, I want to become qualified. I want to become a therapist. I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to be a business owner. But what most coaches and therapists only focus on is either becoming certified or more and more and more and more certified, just basically learning the same thing over and over and over and over, and never paying attention to the actual logistics of a business. And first and foremost, understanding the numbers, the actual raw maths of what it actually takes to survive as a therapist and a coach. Now, I know in this industry, for every hundreds and thousands of coaches and therapists out there, I know that pricing and being successful and actually making money in this business seems like such a hard thing to do. And the reason it's hard because everybody's got it wrong. We are told in the industry that there is a certain ceiling of price that we should be charging. We're not allowed to charge more than $100. You're not allowed to charge more than $250 or $500. And if you do, it's quite bizarre that the rest of the industry attacks these people. So for example, we've got some students right now that are reaching the $10, the $20, $30, $50,000 per month. And as soon as they celebrate their success, the rest of the entire industry, the hundreds of thousands of other therapists and coaches, just leech onto these people and just personally attack them, saying stuff like, you can't charge that much. You shouldn't be charging that much. You shouldn't be promoting your success. You shouldn't be thinking about the money. It's about helping people. And this is just absolutely ridiculous. Think about it for yourself. Did you really want to become a coach or a therapist to stay broke? Absolutely not. Did you spend a lot of hard-earned money on certification, becoming qualified, and have got no ROI in your business? Well, that's probably the case for most people. You might be at work watching this video right now with 10 certifications on your wall, wondering why you couldn't make it. And one of the biggest things that we have to focus on is understand what I have for you on the screen, which is our therapy maximizer metric. So this is an actual exercise, one of the most important exercises that people do inside of our therapy maximizer. And even in our 100K coaching program, we actually give them this sheet as well. And this is one of the first action items that I give everybody I work with. It's to understand your numbers. We have to get outside of our own head and think, okay, just because of the rest of the industry only charges $50, $75. I've even seen as low as $20. This doesn't mean it's correct. You cannot run a business of $50 clients, $100 clients. Even $250 clients is an absolute slog to actually run a business this way. And there's no other business on the planet that's running this way. You need money to survive. The only numbers, the only thing that you need to obsess about as far as the logistics of your business is understanding your money. Understanding either the cash, which is paid up front, or the revenue, which could be payment plans that you offer your clients, because this is the lifeblood of your business. For any business, you have to have money coming in and you have to have money going out. The money coming in is the cash or the revenue that you get paid for your service. The money going out are the things, the resources that you pay to keep your business alive, to pay your tax, to pay your GST, to pay your fixed business cost, to pay for the software, to pay for your certifications. I know most of you guys will be paying off these certifications month after month. If you've got no money coming in, how the hell are you going to pay for these things? And that's just the business expenses. What about if we look at your lifestyle expenses? What about mortgages? What about rates and taxes? What about your savings? What about wanting to go on holiday? What about school fees? What about your registration? What about your utilities, your electricity, your gas? All of these things cost money. You cannot go to the bank and pay off your mortgage or your bills by saying, I help people and I'm proud of this. You know, you can't be stuck in this noble act and expect things to be paid for you just because you're all about your clients, just because you're all about results, just because you want to connect to heal as many people as possible. Now, I get it. I've been a therapist as well, and I love working with people. There's nothing that brings me joy more than that. I help people every single day. But I also understand that I'm a person. I need to survive. In order for me to make these videos for you guys, to give you so much free information, to help you guys sometimes for free to actually build your business, I need money coming into my business to survive. The one thing I realized about money, and whether you're a therapist or a coach, get out of that mindset. It's not about helping people. You need to understand how to help yourself first. In order to grow your business, you need money coming in and money going out. Think of it like a reflexive cycle. Revenue and cash has to come in to satisfy your needs, to keep the business alive, to pay your fixed business costs, to have your lifestyle, all that sort of stuff. And then money needs to go out to pay for software, to pay if you're using ClickFunnels, to pay if you're using hosting like HostGator, to pay for extra courses, to do all the things you need to do to survive. Where most people get it wrong is money's not coming in and there's too much money going out. We're spending far too long getting more certified, more certifications. Just because Marisa Peers and Tad James have told you to do these things just to stick on your wall, I'm telling you right now, the most important thing is to understand the logistics of your business. And this is the boring stuff. And look, I expect as soon as I started talking on this video, most people will turn this off and say, Scott, just teach me marketing, teach me how to get more clients. We can do that. But if you don't understand this first, there is no point me teaching you the other things because you won't survive. It's why you probably had some success the first couple of months in your business, then it went quiet. You probably thought, okay, my business is really, really successful. I have a couple of $1,000s coming in, then you check your bank balance and you're at a minus. Because we get stuck in a delusion of this reflexive cycle. And what this exercise does, which I'm going to take everybody through right now, is makes it crystal clear about what's happening in your business. You have, and I cannot stress this enough, guys, get out of that noble act. Disconnect yourself from just this, I want to just heal people. It's not about the money for me. Well, I'm sure if your kids are struggling if you're struggling to pay for things for your kids, you're struggling with your mortgage, you're struggling with your bills, you're having fights with your partner because you're not bringing any money and all you're doing is spending money on certifications. Well, you have to break out of that and start to think about yourself first. Who in their right mind would want to go see a therapist or a coach who is struggling? I know I sure wouldn't. And when I was struggling, as sure as hell nobody wanted to come and see me. So guys, this exercise is about you. So if you're still here watching this video, you haven't already tuned out and you've gone to listen to YouTube or some ClickFunnels video, or you're getting lost in shiny object syndrome. If you're still here, congratulations. Get a notepad and pen because I'm going to take you through what it actually takes as far as the numbers down to the last dollar to reach that $5, $10 and above $1,000 per month. It all comes down to the maths, the raw maths, because maths doesn't lie. So again, welcome to the Therapy Maximiser metrics. Now introduce it in a rather bizarre way, but let's get down to the important stuff. So right here, what I give to all my students that come into my program is like a self-calculating exercise. This is just an Excel file. And what this does is I've inputted the calculations into this to show you what it actually takes as far as what you need to charge, how much your monthly target revenue is, how many clients a month you would need, how many strategy sessions. As you know, we teach everybody to do strategy sessions, which is like a confirmation call. It's a discovery call to make sure that the client you want to work with can work with you and they're willing to pay the price, all that sort of stuff. How many sessions per day you would need to actually reach your annual revenue. So let's start over here. So how this works is I've got my client price in column 1, then I have my monthly revenue target, then I have my clients needed per month, strategy sessions needed per month, strategy sessions per day, and the annual revenue. So we are the 23rd of August when I'm recording this. So what is there, 31 days or something in August? In the next 7 to 8 days, at the official start of every month, this is the first thing I do on the first day of the month. It's one of my favorite days. Is I take out the sheet. Yes, this is the exact sheet I use in my business, and I calculate my numbers for the month. Now, being my monthly target revenue is extremely high because I expect it to be, and I put a hell of a lot of work in to make sure that happens. I know my numbers back to front, but I also know what it costs me to run my business. I also know what my personal life requires me to earn so I can live, I can survive, I can get food on my table, I can have a break when I want to, I can pay off my mortgage, I can do all these sorts of things based on this. So knowing your numbers is key, guys, and I know nobody wants to know them. Everyone's just obsessed. What's the latest funnel? What's the next Marissa Peer certification that I can get? Because that's where the money is. No, it's not. It's this right here. This is the raw reality. And most people, when they see this, either get really, really annoyed with me, or it's a big aha moment for them. Hopefully it's going to be an aha moment for you, because I'm about to tell you the truth of your business, because this thing doesn't lie. So we've got client price, monthly target revenue, as you can see. So let's take it for granted, guys. Let's start off with an easy one. What I want you guys to do, if you've got a notepad and pen, write down what is your monthly goal. Don't worry about your fixed business cost. Don't worry about what you need to pay for your income tax per month, what your GST is if you're above 75,000, what your loans are, what your credit card bills are. Don't worry about all of that stuff now. Let's purely look at this from a logistics, from what your business is to bring in for that reflexive cycle. So monthly target revenue. So write that down, guys. I'm just going to make an assumption. Let's just say that you want to earn $5 grand a month, which is good. That's like 50, 60 grand a year. Okay. So $5,000, if I input, actually I'm in the wrong cell here. I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to get a monthly target revenue. I'm always going to start here. So $5,000. Let's start with an easy one. Okay. As soon as I press enter, as you can see, it calculates my annual revenue. Okay. So if I earn $5,000 a month times 12, that's $60,000. Pretty simple maths. And look, I understand for a therapist and a coach, this can be life-changing. Okay. The average worker is probably only earning 40, 50 grand a year, sorry, but having to work 35, 40, 45, 50 hours, maybe even sometimes on the weekend. So as far as therapists and coaches, we have a great ability to charge a very high hourly rate to be able to get to that annual revenue quite easy. And look, in today's world, $60,000 is good. It's life-changing, but it doesn't get us far, okay? So we're going to up this quite a bit. So let's start with an easy one, $50,000. Now, the rest of this is calculated. The way I've done this is based on 1 in 4, so a quarter. So what do I mean by this? We've calculated roughly that the average decent salesperson, salesman, saleswoman, salesperson, whatever, will probably close 1 in 4, maybe 1 in 5 people. So if you've got 4 inquiries per day, you would close at least 1 person. That's what we're calculated on. And obviously each month as you do this, you can change this out. If you know that last month you were closing 1 in 3 or 1 in 2, or even some of our students that do an incredible job of this are closing every single person they speak to, that number has to change. So I've been pretty lenient with the 1 in 4, but it's a good place to start. So $5,000, $60,000 a year. What I want you guys to put in now is, what is your current client price? Whether you're charging overall transformation, which I highly recommend, we've done several videos about how to do that, or you're just doing per session. If it's per session, just write in the average that you're earning per client, whether it's $100, $300, $500, whatever it is. So we're going to put that in. So what it's going to do, once I put the client price in, it's going to average all these numbers out to fill in the rest. It's going to tell me how many clients per month I need, how many strategy sessions I need, knowing I'm closing 1 in 4, and how many strategy sessions per day I would need. So let's say my client price, just some simple, easy maths, is $100. As soon as I press enter, it's going to fill in the rest of these cells for me. All right, so there we go. So $100, $5,000 a month. Obviously, easy maths is I'd need 50 clients per month. I'd need to do 200 strategy sessions per month. So actual phone calls. We do 45-minute phone calls with people to make sure they're the right fit for our programs and our services. And then you do 10 strategy sessions per day. So what do these numbers reveal to us? Well, this reveals that you are spending far too long talking to clients and far too long working with clientele. So what do I mean by this? When I'm teaching therapists and coaches how to raise their prices, one thing I have to make abundantly clear is we run what's called an 80-20 rule. An 80-20 rule, where most people get it wrong, is they spend 80% of their time in front of clientele because their prices are so low, they've got no choice. If you want to make $5,000 per month, and you're only charging $100, you need to spend 80% of your time in front of those clients to make sure you get paid and you get serviced. But in order to get those clients, you only have 20% of your time left. And having only 20% of your time left does not give you enough time to do 200 strategy sessions per month. If you're having to do 10, 30-minute, 45-minute phone calls per day, you're not going to have any time to see the clientele. If your numbers are so low that your client price is so low, you're not going to have enough time to source new clients to do these strategy calls. So you can already see that the 80-20 rule is so lost in the equation, and this is why getting to $60,000 per year at $100 client price is just not going to happen. You're going to run out of time. Everybody has the same amount of time per day. This hasn't even calculated taking the kids to school, picking them up, housework, shopping, normal everyday to day stuff. These numbers just don't work. So if you're stuck in $100 per client, but you're thinking, well, Scott, I can only charge that much because no one will pay any more, you can see how this is totally lost in translation. It means that no matter how hard you work at this, the numbers just won't allow you to do it. No matter how good you get at marketing, no matter how many inquiries that you can force through your funnel, through your pipeline, so you want a phone call, the numbers just don't work. So if you're still stuck in this noble thing that, Scott, I want to charge $100 because it's about helping people, your business is not going to last. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I hate to pop that bubble that every other guru's told you that you can live in. The raw reality is here. This is the max. So $100 doesn't work. So let's see what happens if we just take this to $500, which is like the absolute bare minimum that I tell all the students to charge. $500 is the exact same amount of work that you do for $500 as you would for $50, $100, $2,500. Even some of our students doing $10,000 packages. $500, you're still doing the same amount of work. It's just a different price. So watch what happens to the numbers. Okay, so we're still $5,000 per month, but obviously easy maths tells us we need now 10 clients per month. So that's 10 new people. Strategy sessions per month, now we only need 40. Remember, that was at 200 before. Now we're at 40. Strategy sessions per day, 2. Guys, have an honest conversation with yourself. Forget about being noble, forget about pride, forget about wanting to just connect with people and heal the world. I get all that, just forget about that for now. Tell yourself honestly, would you rather do 40 strategy sessions per month, 2 strategy sessions per day, only see 10 clients a month and still earn $60,000? Or would you rather do 200 strategy sessions per month, 10 strategy sessions per day, see what was it, 40 clients per month and earn the same money? Which would you rather do? Like, be honest with yourself. Forget about the pride, forget about all that stuff, or they're just excuses. What would you rather? Hoping most of you would understand that this is an easier way to do things. And going from $100 to $500 is not a big jump. It's not a big jump at all. Now, how do you find these $500 clients? What do you say? We teach all that stuff. Like I said, we've got webinars, we've got free videos, like dozens and dozens and dozens of free videos showing you guys how to do this for free. All you have to do is take action. But this is the raw reality that we live in. So $500, $5,000 a month, okay? So let's up the monthly target. Let's have some fun with this. Let's take this to $10,000 per month. Obviously, the numbers are going to double. So we've got 20 clients per month, added 80 strategy sessions needed per month, and we're still at 4 strategy sessions per day. Remember the 80-20 rule. We're still applying the 80-20 rule, but now in a different inflection, and that's actually working for us now. And look at our income has doubled. Could you handle 4 45-minute phone calls per day, plus seeing, let's say, 3 clients a week? Absolutely. The 80-20 rule is a lot clearer this way, okay? 5 clients per week. The 80-20 rule still works, even with my bad maths just then, okay? So by upping our price, what we're doing is we're allowing more money to come in and we're buying ourselves some time. It's not time to sit around. It's not time to go on holiday. It's not, all that stuff will come later. It's time to do more of this. It's time to source and acquire more clientele that are perfect for you and your business, that are willing to pay this $500. So let's have some more fun with this. We're now at $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year. Obviously now we're paying more tax, we're paying more GST. your business expenses will probably go up, your lifestyle expenses will go up. So this is all, you have to add this into the equation as well, but you have to do that for yourself. But let's take the client price up to $1,500, okay? So $10,000 a month, $1,500 per client. This could be like an overall strategy session, an overall transformation. It could be a 6-week coaching program, whatever you're doing, $1,500. Okay, so clients needed per month. Let's say you have a program worth $1,500. You only have to put 7 clients or 7 students into that program per month. How easy is that? You have to do 27 or so strategy calls to get those 7 people. And now you're down to about 2 strategy calls a day. So even if it is face-to-face, it's not a program that you're doing. You're not enrolling people into an online program like myself. You're still doing face-to-face. This 80-20 rule is split quite evenly. It's quite a nice way to do things. So $10,000 per month. Clients needed per month is 7. That's very achievable. 27 strategy calls per month. It's like 1.5 strategy calls per day. So think of this, guys. You could do 1 strategy call per day, okay? 5 days a week, you got that over the entire month. And let's say you saw a client once every 2 to 3 days. That's quite easy. Or maybe you work out your schedule where you only work the first week of the month and you have the rest of the month off to acquire new customers for the following month. No matter what your schedule is, now the numbers aren't lying. So $1,500. Now I'm going to take this up to $2,500. We've got dozens of our students charging $2,500 for anxiety, for smoking, for weight loss, for any niche you can basically think of. $2,500 seems to be quite an easy number for these students to sell once they get good at it and find the right clientele. And again, the numbers just become so much easier. Monthly revenue is still $10,000. Clients needed per month is 4, so it's like 1 a week. 16 strategy calls per month, 1 strategy call per day. That's it. Okay. So guys, can you see those numbers raw and clear? Okay. So look at the difference between $2,500 and $50 that I know some of you guys are charging. See how the numbers just go absolutely ridiculous? 800 strategy calls per month, 40 strategy calls per day. This goes way beyond 24 hours a day. How are you going to do it? Worst off still is this: pro bono sessions, free giveaways, free program introductions. Whatever you're doing, obviously it's not going to calculate it because you're not bringing money in. So now that reflexive cycle is not bringing money in, but you're spitting more money out. And because you don't have money to pay for your courses, your credit card, your mortgage, you get interest, you get late fees, all the bad stuff starts to happen. But if you're stuck in this noble act of, eventually the universe will give it to me. Eventually someone will help me out. Eventually I'll get the right clients coming in. If I do enough free sessions, all this money's going to come in. Stop it, guys. Okay? The numbers do not lie. So let's take this right up. Let's have some even more fun with this. Let's take this up to 20,000, which I know for some of you who's watching this will go, Scott, that's ridiculous. I'm never going to get there. But I just want to show you what's possible. Let's take this to $2,000. Okay, 80-20 rule. $2,000, $20,000 per month. Obviously easy maths. 10 clients needed per month. 40 strategy calls, 2 sessions per day, $240,000 per year. Now, I know for 99% of you guys watching this, that is far beyond what you think is possible. But you've seen all the testimonials that we give you guys to show that it is not only possible, but it's repeatable over and over and over and over and over and over again. You've seen all the testimonials, but I just want to show you guys this is where it starts. All the top students that you're seeing, okay, all the testimonials you're seeing, all the shocked faces, emojis of when I put a testimonial up and you see what these guys are doing, it all starts here because they know their numbers back to front. They know if they want to earn $20,000, they can't do it at $50. They can't do it at $100. They can't do it at $150. They have to get up there between the thousands, the $2,500, even the $10,000 packages in order to get this. Because if these numbers, I mean, look at the numbers again. I just want to make this really abundantly clear. It goes crazy again, okay? Oh, it's supposed to be 100 actually. That's still a good price. Let's take that to 100. There we go. 200 clients needed per month. Okay, I know some therapists and coaches while posting in groups saying that they have to work from 9 a.m. all the way through to 9 p.m. 6 days a week just to make $1,000 or so a week. That is not a business, guys. That is not a business that can last longer than a couple of months. There is too much input into that business and not enough output. Input is the strategy calls, output is the income. If you're putting more into the business than what is coming in, you need to change your entire approach, because eventually you're going to get burnt out, you're going to get bored of it, your niche is going to dry up because you've given too many of those people inside that niche a cheap deal, and now your business can't survive. And now you're going to have to drive Uber or go work at Woolworths or Coles or go be a security guard somewhere. Whatever you're doing, go work construction just to fund a business that is not successful. And that's really, really sad. It means all those certifications, all of those qualifications, all that time with Marissa Peers and Tad James talking about all that stuff is now a complete waste of time. You have to start here. This is the reality, not that bubble that we find ourselves in. And I've been in that bubble several times. Like, you detach from what is reality, which is this, and get stuck in this place where you want to be. But the reason why you get stuck there and that never becomes a reality is because of this right here. You need money to survive, guys. Your business needs money to survive. What happens if it comes to tax time and now you can't pay your taxes? You can't pay your GST if you're up that high, above 75,000. You can't pay your income tax. You can't pay your own super once you become a company. What are you going to do? You are literally working to de-survive. What does de-survive mean? Go backwards. Now, more certifications is not the answer, because more certification means you have to take more out of this money each time to pay for new things that are not necessarily going to acquire you new customers. What's going to acquire you new customers is definitely your marketing, definitely your niching, and this right here, acquiring strategy calls, doing them properly, learning how to sell. Yes, I know nobody wants to learn how to sell, but any good business that's worth their grain of salt knows how to sell. So guys, that is the numbers right here. Let's end off with something really, really cool that we know some of our students doing right now, actually quite a lot of them now, which is cool. $50,000 per month. They're charging $5,800 for a program, which is what we recommend. And that's the money they're earning. $600,000 a year, about 2 strategy calls a day, 35 strategy calls needed in a month, and about 9 students into their program. That's the raw reality. This is what's achievable. Now, I get it. If you're thinking, well, Scott, I can't even sell a $100 session. How am I going to sell $5,800? It's because you're selling to the wrong person. You maybe don't know how to sell. You don't know how to price your stuff based on value. You're not finding the right person. You're not taking enough action. You're not putting enough input in your business to get a return on your output. There's so many elements here. But if all you do is give up and just blame the location that you're in, or I'm not certified enough, I'm not confident, let's look at this realistically. Why are you bothering? Why are you bothering sitting there, waking up every single morning thinking, how am I going to get a client today? Well, maybe I'm going to go contact Scott and ask him how much his program is. I'm going to do a strategy call, and then I'm going to say I'm going to think about it. Then I wake up next month and I'm going to contact another guru. I'll get on a phone call with them. They'll offer their offer to me, and then I'll just think about it. I don't know what happens with this. I don't know why people do this on a daily basis. Maybe it's like, well, at least I tried to fix my business. I can feel good about this. It just wasn't for me. And that way, if I tell my friends and family, they'll say, well, at least you tried. Break out of those excuses, guys. One of the worst things you can do is be stuck in that imaginary bubble. This is the raw reality that you need to live in, guys. In order to get to $5,800, in order to jump from $50 to $5,800, you need help from someone to teach you how to do this. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to do your social media. You need to learn how to do marketing. You need to learn how to do webinars. You might even have to scale with Facebook ads. You might have to hire staff and VA. You need to learn all this stuff. It's not by getting more certifications. It's not by listening to podcasts. It's not by connecting to some amorphous universe. It's about acquiring more of this. It's about learning how to do more strategy sessions, learning how to reach out to clientele, doing the things that are going to bring clients to you now, to bring cash in now. Based on cash and revenue, even still to make things even more complex, we need to be focusing on bringing cash into your business immediately. Cash is in your hand straight away, not payment plans. not these ridiculous payment plans where clients pay you $100, they split it up into 4 $25 a week payments just to learn how to stop smoking. None of that stuff, because revenue, now you're only getting $25 in a week. What's that going to pay? Absolutely nothing. Cash into your business. Remember that reflexive cycle, guys. Money coming in and money coming out. But what's important is you need to bring more money coming in than your business actually needs and your lifestyle actually needs. So when you spit out money as that reflexive cycle, you're building up reserves. So what are reserves? It's your savings. It's your retirement. It's your super. When you become a company, you become a CEO of your company, now you've got to pay yourself a wage. All the things I have to do in my business, but I've got to build up my reserves, because there's going to be a point in time where I might want to make a big move in my business, take my business from where it is now to the next level. And as soon as I take my business to the next level, now I can teach my students how to do that as well. But I need, and just like you guys need, you need funds coming into your business. You guys need to concentrate on your business, not just this proud thing that has just attached a virus to every coach and every therapist that is suffering. You could probably count on one hand, how many therapists and coaches that you know that are actually successful. Just on one hand. There is more therapists and coaches going to work 9 to 5 than there is running a successful business. That's fact. There are more coaches and therapists going to get more certified that have no money coming in. That's fact. You'll notice that in the context of our students, they don't do any more certifications. They don't do any more qualifications. They stop that learning process and they spend their time acquiring money into their business, building reserves, cash and revenue coming in. And then when they feel the need to upgrade their skills, they can pay cash for things. They don't have to take loans. They don't have to do credit cards. They don't have to do any of that stuff, because they have reserves in their business. They have a high annual revenue and they can afford to upskill. Now, here's the dangerous thing, guys. When these therapists and coaches upskill, they already know how to run a business extremely well. And when they upskill, they take you over again. It's like doing a complete lap around you. While you're sitting in the same certification hall as them, you're sitting there thinking, certification, I get one more, that's going to get me clients. I just need to get masters. I need to get advanced coaching. I need to get Marissa Peer's advanced, whatever it is now, that's going to bring me clientele. But one of our students who's sitting next to you is already making 10, 20, 30, 50 times more money than you, and is just using the certification to upskill maybe one part of their business. They're not relying on this to be the sole income earner. They're just using it as an addition. And that's where things get very dangerous for you guys who are not looking at it that way. So guys, hopefully this has made a lot more sense. I've talked about this, till I'm black and blue, but I do like talking about numbers, and there's a reason for this, because they are so important. So guys, if you stuck to the end, congratulations. If you have any questions about your pricing, how to do this, how to calculate all of this, make sure you post it below. I'm always happy to answer these questions. But hopefully that gave you some insight into what you guys actually need to charge, why you need to be charging this. Well, I guess it's really more about why you need to be charging this. The how you get these clients, the marketing. We have several programs and free courses you can do. I've talked about this all day long, but you have to start here, guys. It all starts by understanding your numbers and realizing what it's going to take for you to be successful. To break out of that, I'm just here to, heal people. It's not about the money for me. To break out of that ridiculous mindset. Yes, I'm a therapist, I'm a coach. Probably never heard someone, never thought you'd heard a coach actually tell you that, because that's just digging you deeper into a hole where your business is doing this when it should be doing this. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Hope that gave you a profound understanding of your numbers, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.